Disco Inferno. Foist. Last. Foist, foist, last. You've got a tomat coming? Truly a blessed day. Truly a blessed day. A day of blessing. A true day of blessings for you. Hello. How's it going? Good morning. Tip of the hat. Bacoke. What's on the agenda? You're looking at it. This is what's on the agenda today. Well, this and recording some episodes later. I'll be recording some episodes later. For them members and patrons. Them patrons and them members will be getting a couple of new episodes. Lamar, your hair cool, dog. Why is that all gotta be in all caps and bullshit, dude? Why don't you calm the fuck down? Finally a human being. Is there a lot of non-human entities on those? Yeah, I'm just, you know, rolling a joint. What's happening in YouTube Shorts these days? Well, you tell me, bro. I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm lost. I'm lost in the sauce. AI videos? Oh, yeah. They're starting to do that bullshit now. Where it's just an AI sitting there yammering about something. Boy, that sounds awesome. Where do I sign up for that? Oh, son of a bitch. Come here. Come to me. Come to me, boy. Take the dragon's eye. Come to me, boy. Take the dragon's eye. Do I like fishing? Yeah. I like to go fish. I haven't been fishing in a while, like a long time, but I do like it. It's a good excuse to just like burn a couple of J's, knock back a couple of beers, you know how that goes. I'm leaving. AI is technology that needs to be regulated more thoroughly. Does it? I say we let it off the chains. I think AI is the disruptor. You know, AI is what we need. The final piece of the puzzle is AI. Do you believe in God? Which God? That's the question. Which God you talking about? Oil up, bend over. I'll get them booty cheeks clapping quick. I'm like Jack Black, but I don't backstab my best friends and throw them under the bus to save my shitty career so that I can make $1 billion screaming chicken jockey at fucking middle schoolers. That's the difference between me and Jack Black. Okay? Well, that and a whole bunch of talent, but set that aside. I would never, ever, in a million fucking years, throw my best friend under the wheels of the bus so that I can make $1 billion fucking yammering about chicken jockeys. Couldn't be me, boss. Couldn't be me. I just said it for free. Do I live in the woods? What do you think? What do you think? Do I? Do I live in the woods? I don't know. I think I do. I think I live deep, deep in the woods. Idiot. What's going on, man? Cool bugs? No, but I did have a thing this morning. I had to kill an animal this morning. And it may be Dinor's first time doing this, but I came out here and was sitting and just vaping and listening to the chirps, right? And I heard Dinor down on the bottom deck going, like making that noise he makes when he's playing with something. So I was like, what do you got, D? He wouldn't come. So I went down there, and D had a baby mole. I don't think I've ever seen a baby mole before, but he had one. And he was shaking it, and dropping it. And it was dying. So I got it from him, and it was laying there just like squirming and twitching, and it was clearly in a lot of pain. And so I had to do the coup de grace on a baby mole because of Dinor today. I had to do the coup de grace on a baby mole. And so it's been a while since I had to put an animal out of its misery. How did I do it? I knocked it on the head real good. No, I didn't stomp it. I knocked it on the head real good and made sure it was good and dead, so it wasn't suffering no more. That's one of them things, man. That is, I think, a hard thing to do for a lot of people. But it's better than just letting that little thing lay down there and suffer all day and all night until it dies, you know, because it was definitely on its way out. It wasn't going to come back from that. So, you know, it's tough, but I've had to do it a few times in my life, maybe a couple times. And it always sucks. It's not what you want to do, you know. Any deer around me? Yeah. Deer, black bears, bobcats, It's even like territorially my country. So yeah, got a lot of stuff. Got a lot of stuff up here. Bobcat on tree. Sounds like the Pacific Northwest. Oh, does it? Not yet. No, no bear encounters yet. At least not here. I bumped into bears or been near bears a few times in my life. The wild bears. My family and I, when I was younger, used to camp up in the Yosemite Valley, and that is bear central. What's your craziest gay experience? Dude, that one time that your dad was like, I'll put a wig on and blow you. I was like, come on. I don't know about that. And I let him do it, dude. Dude, the dome game was off the charts, bro. So that had to be the number one. That had to be the number one gay experience for me, personally. Your dad's dome game. Your dad gives sloppy toppy like nobody's business, bro. It was gay. It was ultra gay. Super duper gay. Keep your motherfucking mouth shut up in here, bitch. Come up in here trying to get one over on me, X. Treat you like I treated your dad. I bet he does. I bet he does. Not a Diddy party? No. No. X's dad would never get invited to a Diddy party. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking joking? No. Not a chance. Swallow the joint? Shut the fuck up. What about a diddly party? A diddly party? I don't know what you're talking about, Howie. I don't know who P. Diddley is. What are your favorite stoned activities? Vidya, movies, music, chillin', and reading the Dowdy Jang. I like that. Could I do tricks? I can, yeah. Watch this. I could do something guaranteed. All right, everybody watch. I could do something I guarantee you can't do. Simple trick. Guarantee you can't do it. If you haven't seen this before, prepare yourself. Hold your hands like this. Okay? Just like this. Thumb out on one hand, pinky out on the other hand. Okay? You following me? Pointing the same way. And switch them. That's all you got to do. This is all you've got to do to prove that you're as good as I am. And I guarantee you can't do it. I guarantee you can't do this. This is something that only a few people on the planet can do. And I'm one of them. How about that? Try it. Try it. It's proof that I'm better than you. Boop, 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 right? Wink, 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 wink. Just did it. Liar. Liar. You're the liar, sir. Do you ever get nervous? Yeah. I've got an anxiety disorder. So I get nervous. I get more than nervous. I get anxious. Just did it. See, hella people in here claiming they did it. But none of them proving it. Everybody's like, I did it. Post a video. Post a video of you doing it. Post a video of you smoothly switching it back and forth while you're talking. And I'll slap you right in the mouth and call you Susan. It's hard. It's impossible. It's impossible. Only a superhuman like me can pull that off. Even faster than you. Mm-hmm. That's right. Discord.gg/PaulsEgo. You can join my Discord server, join the voice chat, cam up, and show me your business. Show me how it works. If you don't, you're just admitting you're not as good as me. You're just admitting that I'm a better man than you. Discord.gg/PaulsEgo. You said you read the Dowdy Tang? The Dao Dijing. J-I-N-G. Dao Dijing. The Dowdy Tang. The Dowdy Tang, dude. God, I wish that was a Keenism. The Dowdy Tang situation. How's the weather? Brisk, but nice. One of the things about this house, and it's a real nice thing. This house, there's only a couple of little walls in this house that ever get sun on them. Because we're so far under the canopy of this dense cedar forest that, it's probably like 15 degrees cooler in the shade here than it is, out in the sun. Maybe 10. And it stays that way throughout the house, which is really nice. Chickens. Chicken jockeys. Hello there, sweet stuff. Good morning. You found the coffee? I'm gonna go get some too. I haven't even gotten none yet.
I think that's the cut from yesterday.
Huh? That's okay. I'm gonna rinse it out. It's gonna be the cut from today too.
cookies.
One each for dipping in the coffee. Really gonna make these foos jealous today.
Yeah.
You foos gonna be jealous because this is mine. This is mine. And it's getting dipped right in that coffee. Right in there. Right in the coffee. Dip. Dip. Oh. That's the shit.
Now, what are we gonna do with those Papa Murphy's cookies? They're not gonna compare.
Not to these. That might just be sad cookie dough late nights. You know what I mean?
Might not. Don't even bother baking them. Just.
We ain't gonna stand to this.
Yeah.
No, are you a dipper? Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged on the dippages. You see that? That's a little bite of heaven right there. Big back, big dick too. You should flip me around, check the other side. Big old tallywhacker. Cap, come over and check, bitch. About the Drizzler Dominion. Drizzling is for tacos and burritos. Dipping is for cookies and biscottis. Do you smack when you eat? Hell yeah, I do. Don't you? I'm a smacker. You got a question? I got an answer. How can I help you? Dipper amnesty. Dipping is proper with certain foods. You can't drizzle coffee on a cookie. That doesn't make no sense. Right? A cookie is for dipping. A biscotti, dip. You dip a biscotti. You dip a cookie. You dip a cracker. Right? You drizzle a taco. You drizzle a burrito. You drizzle nachos. Right?
But if you don't drizzle nachos, then it's just chips and dip. It's not nachos.
That's true. Yeah, it's chips and dip. It's not nachos. The dipping that's a clean dip too. That's a clean cookie dip too. Oh man. See, that's a little extra smile in the morning is what we call that. Just that little extra kick in the tush, you know. I'm prejudiced against people who drizzle their their fries. Yeah. Fry drizzlers are some of the most disgusting people on the planet. You do not, under any circumstances, drizzle ketchup onto fries. You just don't. Fries are for dipping into the ketchup. There are rules about this. A lot of people want to break these rules. Everyone did it back in the 50s. I know. I've seen my dad do it. My dad was, he's from them 50s and 60s. And I've seen him. No. Oh, I got a story about him too when you come back out. Yeah, that fucking that is that old down at the corner of Lincoln and 46. You know what I mean? Like the little 50s diner where everybody's like got their sleeves rolled up and they got their cigarette pack rolled in the sleeves. Down at the corner of Lincoln and 46. You know, and they'd be like drizzling their fucking fries. It's like, no, yeah, split a milkshake. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man. Crazy how these people back then did so many consumer drugs while starting a war against the natural ones. Yeah, it's true, dude. It's true. They hated marijuana, but you could get cocaine on the shelves, you know? It is what it is, bro. What do I look for in a man? Smaller than me. A little bit of whimsy to them, if you know what I mean. A little effeminate nature. A little bit of a kind of androgyny going on. That's tip top. You eat too much. You drink too much. I want too much. Too much. Boom, boom, boom. I eat too much. I drink too much. I want too much. Do you like femboys? Who doesn't? Salve Dominus, tomat Dominus. Tomat died for our sins, he did. Tomat died so that we might live.
Speaking of death, did you hear what happened to the Pope?
The Pope croaked?
Yep.
Oh, snap. It's conclave.
Yep. The day after meeting J.D. Vance.
J.D. Vance killed the Pope? That son of a bitch.
He'd been snubbed, and then the Pope caved and talked to J.D. Vance.
And then he's dead the next day.
Yep, and then he died this morning.
Conclave time.
Yeah.
So, Dinor, this morning, I got up and I was just sitting out here having a vape. Dinor goes down onto the bottom deck, and I hear him down there going, like moving, doing something. Dinor, what are you doing? Wouldn't answer, so I go down there. He had a baby mole.
You had a mole? You're mole hunting?
A baby mole in his jaws.
You killed a baby mole?
And it was dying, and I had to finish it off because it was just going to suffer all
So
day.
that's what he was trying to get under the deck yesterday.
A baby mole.
I thought he was just trying to chase a squirrel, but you mole hunting.
And he killed it. I mean, why? I mean, it wasn't dead when I found it, but it was finished. It was done for.
You murder moles? Have you ever done that before?
I think that's his first kill.
Yeah.
He's got the taste for blood now. These squirrels better watch out.
Like, how big was it? Was it like that? Yeah.
It was a baby mole.
He didn't even know what he was doing. It was just so little.
He was playing with it,
yeah,
just like he does with his toy, picking it up and doing the shake. I mean, that's all to kill an animal.
Yeah.
And he, like, when I caught him with it, he brought it over to me, like, oh yeah, here. You know what I mean? Like, so it's his little instincts.
Moles is what itched his instinct finally, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yep.
You know what it is?
What?
Because my mom's dog gets moles too. I wonder if he did it when we weren't looking.
Oh. Jasmine gets moles too? Maybe Jasmine found them and put D onto it, and he watched how she was with it. Oh my god!
We just didn't see it because they were off in the.
Damn. Yeah, we'll give Dinor his teardrop tattoo.
That's probably what that extra vaccine's for around these parts.
Probably one of them, yeah. What is this meme? Why are people calling me King Von? Like, what is that? What is the meme? Explain the meme. I'm not in on the meme. Isn't King Von like an O-Block rapper guy?
The guys are gonna get a kick out of that tomorrow.
The mold well, it's today, right?
The show's tomorrow. Today's Monday.
The show's tomorrow, but we're gonna film today, remember? Or no?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm usually on the other side of that coin.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, we're gonna film two shows today. Are we holding a funeral for the mole? No, I just disposed of the mole.
I mean, there's coyotes and wolves.
Something
and
will come
cats.
along and dig up the shallow grave that I made for the mole. And the mole will become part of the cycle. Dinor just, well, whatever, them instincts, man. Yeah. He's never been around where there's moles, I think.
Yeah.
And this is a moley area, I guess. Yeah, King Von was the, he was a killer and like an O-Block rapper, right? How many babies do mama moles have? I have no clue.
Probably a lot.
It might be a lot. It might be one or two. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Was it a star-nosed mole? No. It was little, gray, no tail, the little claws, and just a little, like, snoot. I didn't see a star nose, but it was very little, too, so that might, like, be something that pops out, as they get older. It was a baby. Google says 3 to 5 a litter, so there you go. There's a reason for that.
Okay. I don't even think star-nosed moles are around these parts.
Yeah. I've never seen one.
It says the biggest moles around here is 9 inches and the smallest is 4 inches. That might be a...
So it might, it might have been an adult mole then, but it was little. I don't know. It seemed like a baby, but I don't know.
It's also the time of year for babies.
Babies, yeah. But yeah, I had to do the old coup de grace. It's like dogs have been the thing that have forced my hand on killing an animal most of my life. The only other time I killed an animal was for 4, and that was it. But yeah, my dogs way back when, Yoshi and Koopa cornered a possum one time and tore it up. And it was just,
those aren't big dogs either that you had.
well, Koopa was a little, maybe slightly, like he's stockier than Dinor, so maybe the same size, but like kind of ripped.
Yeah.
And Yoshi was half his size, but little tiny thing.
But yeah, I wonder if that's what happened. We just weren't paying attention to them when they were running around together. And
I don't know.
Or maybe it was just instant, because he did go after that, under that deck the day before. So there's just something about moles that smell extra.
Yeah, he's definitely, the smell was, it was what he was going after for sure. How did I kill them? Well, the possum I did with a shovel, and the little mole this morning I just got a big heavy stick and gave it the head coup de grace. I am banned.
Vicious.
He's a killer. Don't let that fluff fool you. The mole destroyer. The mole eradicator. Isn't that right, D? You were pleased as punch with it, weren't you?
Brought it to Dad?
Brought it right over, dropped it at my feet. I'm like, hey, look what I did. Like, oh, thanks. You gave me a little animal that I have to kill. Congrats. Good job.
Yeah. I don't know if Cricket would know what to do if Diver brought something like that in, even if it was dying. Like, that's big for... He's used to killing little bugs and shit.
Cricket probably would have went ape shit on it.
Yeah. You think
I think
would turn on?
Yeah. I think he probably would have. Could he compete with Squeaks? No. Dude, Squeaks, when he was an indoor-outdoor cat, when he was young...
I don't think you had to finish any of them off. I think they
were
dead.
He would bring them dead. And his favorite thing to bring were these little voles, not moles, not voles. What are they called? Little shrews. There's tons of those in Louisiana in the underbrush. Squex would bring a dead shrew. That was his favorite thing. The most exotic thing he ever brought was a snake. Like a big old garden snake. Just ripped its head 3/4 off and then dropped it on the porch. And I found it when I came over to TJ's house to record one day. Dude, that was such a fucked up situation. I look back on that now and I'm like, what? You know what, dude? The things that we put up with in order to do what we love. Dude, that was so fucking retarded. We would all agree, right? Let's meet, because we were shooting the show at TJ's house. Let's meet at TJ's house at X time, right? And I took that serious. Like, I would get to TJ's house 30 minutes before that time. And so that I was, we were all there on time, ready to work. And I'd knock on his door, and I'd hear Salvador in there barking. But nobody would answer. And so I would just like, dude, you could probably, if you go back far enough on this channel or on Paul's Ego, now that that's back, there's probably a ton of these where I'm just literally sitting on TJ's porch and it's been an hour after we were supposed to meet. Scotty's not there yet and TJ's still asleep.
Sal doesn't bark as loud as like if he had a dino in the house and you barked, then he wouldn't be sleeping through that.
No, they'd be up.
Yeah. Sal just like bark, bark, bark.
Pretty crazy. That snake stream should be up on, yeah, I don't think it is gone anywhere. It's on the Paul's Ego. Yeah. I remember one TJ would walk out looking like a zombie. Oh yeah, yeah. That was how it was almost every fucking time. Is like about an hour and a half after we were supposed to meet, I've been sitting on TJ's porch sweltering in Louisiana for an hour, right? TJ will knock and TJ will finally come to the door wrapped head to toe in a giant comforter with his hair literally going like that. I'm like, hey, come on. You know what I mean? Just because it disappears to get ready. It's like, what the fuck, bro? What is even happening with us here? What's going on? No, it was crazy. Like we were constantly, like trying to like get some normalcy. And I remember at that time, the reason it was such a pain in the ass is because like you'd think like the answer to that would be let's just wait until TJ answers his phone and then go over to his house, right? But I was at that time, I had one car and my ex had a job. And so we designed our shooting schedule kind of around her being able to drop me off at TJ's house and then pick me up later after she was done working and shit. So, you know what I mean? I was always just like on I was forever on TJ's porch, sitting there in the sweltering in that Louisiana bullshit. TJ. Remember when you didn't have a car? Yeah, that was for a long time. Well, like when I moved from Texas to Washington, I owned a car. And I just could not conceive of how the fuck I was going to get that car from Texas to Washington in any way that would be economical for me. And I ended up just donating it, basically. I gave it to a family member of my ex-girlfriend to sell or fix up for their kid, or I can't remember what it was. But it ended up being something. I didn't mind doing it, but it was just like I was moving to a place where public transit is over the top great, right? I went from South Central Texas, the San Antonio area, to Bellevue, Washington, where it's like a dream, right? In terms of public transit, I didn't need a car. I lived in downtown Bellevue in a high rise. I just, for the rare occasions that I needed to get, somewhere quick and on a moment's notice, Uber was huge back then. There was a bus that would take me over the bridge into Seattle, and you know what I mean? It was just like 20 minutes from my house to Seattle on a bus. It was just perfect, right? I didn't need a car. Well, then when DP broke up, we all moved, and it was like, for me, you guys have to understand something, right? And this is just like to give you an idea of the different type of situation, right? This is not to bitch about it. It just was what it was, right? When DP broke up, my ass was twisting in the wind, bro. Because I didn't own a single point of interest in that show. I was just a contractor. So when that show died, right, and they were, kind of carving out who's going to get the money and what, I was very lucky that the Kirk brothers, had planned on us all living together to start something new, because I was supporting my life on credit cards. I was making zero money. Bellevue was crazy. Yeah, I remember bumping into you. Didn't you come to Bellevue, Frack Skull? I swear to God, I remember didn't we meet at Green Theory down there in Bellevue? Or am I fucking completely wrong about that? I want to say that you and I met in Bellevue. Maybe was it at the studio? But yeah, you were there for the meetup. But I want to say, didn't we meet prior to the meetup though? Dude, apologies if I'm just misremembering this. At the studio, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. It was either before or after the meetup, right? Is when I remember that. After, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, that was dope.
Apparently moles are extra stinky because they kind of find their way with their own scent trails underground.
So that's what's driving him nuts with it then.
Extra stinky. Squirrels can see, so they don't need to leave trails wherever they go.
Yeah. Are people who are born into money and spoiled by their parents incapable of understanding true hardship? There's a difference between incapable and unprepared. People are capable of doing insane things when they have to. And there are plenty of people who you would classify as Nepo babies or whatever, like TJ and Scotty are an example of that. TJ and Scotty grew up capital R rich for a lot of their lives. We're not talking like short R, lowercase r rich. Capital R rich, lived in a mansion, rich, right?
But it got aborted before.
Right. But about midway through their childhoods, their dad got gaffled up for tax evasion and fraud and and the government, when that happens, the government comes in and scoops up everything. And so ask yourself, were Scotty and TJ incapable of weathering that hardship? My answer is no. My answer is Scotty and TJ quite admirably met that hardship and exceeded it. Right? So there's a difference between unprepared, right, and incapable. Because they're an actual example of that, somebody that you would definitely describe as, up to a certain point in their lives, Nepo babies, legitimately. But, they weathered that storm and made a really good living for themselves at the back end of it,
If you're going to commit tax fraud, don't let your kids be totally useless and dependent on being rich.
Right. How about this? If you're going to commit tax fraud, don't get caught. That's rule number 1. No, I'm kidding. Shouldn't do fraud. Does a non-unionized employee have any recourse if they believe they're being targeted by false or misleading write-ups? No.
Well, I mean, if it's based on a protected category, so like,
well, sure,
race.
Or you can
gender,
sue for anything.
Yeah, but I mean, like that. But that's where like
right.
the Department of Labor and stuff
right.
get involved if it was discriminating against a specific character.
Right. If your allegation is you were being targeted because you're a woman, you're being targeted because you're black, you're being targeted because you're Muslim, or you're gay, or whatever, trans, unmarried, unreligious, right? If there's some sort of like protected minority status that's being exploited, at the workplace, or you are facing, yes, there are many ways that you can avail yourself of help from the government and from the local state labor authorities.
And there is
It doesn't mean you'll win, by the way. It doesn't mean that the ultimate goal will be you get a payout or something. It just means that there is a process by which you can prove discrimination in the workplace or hostile work environment or sexual what do they call that? Harassment, right?
There is also like a feature of unemployment where you can end up getting unemployment benefits even if you quit, if it's a hostile work environment, like if you were like office bullying and stuff.
Yeah.
Depends on where you are, though. I would talk to a lawyer. That'd probably be the smartest thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you believe that you are being targeted for false or misleading write-ups based on your status as a trans woman, your status as a woman in general, your status as a political dissident or liberal or a non-believer, whatever it is, then you have federal recourse at the very least. But
or at least civil
recourse against the company, right? Well, I'm talking about civil recourse enforced by federal agencies, right? So if you believe that you're being targeted unjustly for some sort of protected characteristic that you have, right? Some immutable characteristic, then you have recourse federally. But if it's just an asshole fucking supervisor that's got a wild hair up his ass and just doesn't like you, and he's scrutinizing everything you fucking do and dotting all your I's that you missed and crossing all your T's that you missed and writing you up for it, then yeah, your only recourse is basically just like pay fucking extra close attention to everything you fucking do. Know that that guy is out to get you and make sure that you exceed expectations. That's it. Yeah.
Talking to a lawyer, generally with like those kinds of cases, they'll probably do a free consultation if it's that kind of like potential.
It depends.
Case.
It depends on the law office and the area too. You know what I mean? I know Phoebes is rural, so finding a lawyer that's, you know, reasonably nearby and accessible that would do a free consultation would probably be an issue for Phoebes. So it's one of them things. D, did you get your Chloe caught? No, he got it.
We gotta try to trim them close.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a trim today, I think. You gonna get a trim today? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you are.
It's like, but Dad, but then how am I gonna dig up the moles?
That's the point.
How am I gonna dig up the moles if I don't have claws that are 1 foot long?
You were a cop and you busted a drug dealer and there was a pile of millions of dollars. What would you do? If I were a cop and I found millions of dollars on a drug dealer, I would hand over the money. Like, that's retarded. It's like, do you want, because it's basically like you become the drug dealer at that point. Like, you've committed the same societal crime, basically. You've got a bunch of blood money and drug money in your possession. It just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, like, with the process of investigation, the cops are probably going to seize it regardless. It's just a matter of if it's going to go into evidence or...
Well, that's what they're talking about. Yeah. It's like you have the opportunity to either file this as evidence or put it in a plastic bag in the trunk of your car.
Yeah. And it depends on the cops you're working with, because they don't tend to send someone solo to something like that.
No.
Other cops in the equation.
But if you're the first responding cop on the scene... and you gaffle a dude up and there's a big fat wad in his pocket and it's his word versus your word, you know, what do?
Civil asset forfeiture.
Yeah.
That's still what you're having to share with the other cops.
See, American Gangster. Right. I mean, that is a plot point in that movie, is like this dude and his partner, who his partner's, you know, a good guy, but kind of crooked, kind of on the take. They gaffle up some numbers guy that there's like $1 million in a briefcase. And instead of whacking it up between him and his partner and then a few people in the department, he turns it in and makes a big deal about it and makes evidence, you know, submits it as evidence. And that makes him kind of a pariah at the police department, because none of the cops that are working in that precinct can believe that he found $1 million of unmarked cash and just gave it away. Right, did the right thing with it. They can't believe that he didn't do that. That he didn't just whack it up with the department. And that's, you know what I mean? Like, here's the thing. And it, you know, for good or for ill, right? I've worked jobs for a long time, right? I have very few jobs in my history because I've worked jobs for long periods of time, close to a decade at a chunk. And I will tell you this, for good or for ill, whatever it says about me, when I have a job, I take it seriously as I have to, right? Like when I'm there to do my work, I do my work. I'm not there to fuck around, grift the company, get fired. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm looking to sustain a livable, workable environment. So I'm not there to fuck around. I'm not there to make waves. I'm there to take my job seriously. So if I'm told and trained to do X, I do X, right? And that's not saying that I don't know when a rule can be bent or gotten around or whatever. I'm not like super hard-ass guy, but I keep my nose clean and I get the job done. And I exceed expectations to the best of my ability, right? And that's always been the case, every job I've ever had. And so if in some alternate reality where I'm a law enforcement official, I'm a Leo, right? My nose would be clean. And if I saw some shit in the department, I'd tattletale on it. 100%. I'd Serpico that shit. I'm not going to watch people grifting the people that they're supposed to be helping, ripping off the people they're supposed to be helping. It's not going to happen. Well, my eyeballs are on it, which is why I'd probably never be hired as a cop in the first place, right? There's a briefcase, a mill in it, and aw shit, you caught me situation where no one knows the mill was even there. It's mine. That's just me admitting I'm a thief in that situation. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's different though. You're not talking about, like, you're not a cop, right? You're a dude and you stumble on a fucking $1 million in a briefcase. I think, you know, that's different, right? If you decide to keep that, I don't know how you're going to fucking explain it to the IRS or whatever, but good on you.
There are laws of, like, you're supposed to turn it in if it's over
Right.
X amount and stuff.
Yeah.
To the police.
No, for sure. There are definitely laws
like, I wouldn't
about it.
brag about it.
No, I you know, you definitely want to keep it and just use it in small amounts and just use it to you know, because if it shows up on your fucking bank balance and a ton of money is coming out of nowhere, right? Then you've got to explain it. And if you've got to explain it, that means you've got to declare it. And if you got to declare it, you got to explain where the fuck it came from. You know what I mean? So that's one of them things, right? Sinners movie? Yeah. I've heard people kind of buzzing about that movie. Maybe we'll check it out. Playing like Jimmy from Goodfellas. Yeah. I don't blame you. I mean, you whack it up, do whatever you want. Just keep it fucking... Because if that... And keep this in mind, too. I know this is a bit of a movie plot, but $1 million in a briefcase goes missing. Somebody's fucking nose is tweaked all the way out of fucking shape about that. And you better hope nobody in the area saw you pick that shit up. You better hope there's not a tracking device in that motherfucker or something hidden up inside, you know what I mean? They put an air tag under the lining and fucking sewed it up. You better hope, motherfucker. You better hope that some drug lord wasn't looking after that and it just got fucking misplaced. Because they'll come kill your ass and take it.
Or thrown to keep it from the cops.
Right, or even the cops were involved. It's like dirty CIA money or something. They're coming for that. So you gotta be, you know, like, you find that much fucking cash, bro. People will kill you over a $20 watch in the street. No joke. People have died for less. So $1 million of unclaimed, that doesn't just fall out of the sky, bro. Somebody's ass took that hit, and they're gonna be looking for who grabbed that money. And you better hope they don't find you, because your ass is grass. And then some. They're gonna take a chunk out of your ass for every chunk of money that you spent and can't account for out of that mill. You better believe it. And they're gonna do it slow. So fuck that. I don't know, man. Like,
You don't want to you watching over your shoulder the whole time you have it.
yeah, you don't want that No Country for Old Men guy looking for your ass. Yeah, see, I don't know, man. You got to think about that type of shit. Talking about like 6 figures worth of money going missing, dude. People will shoot you there, dude. There are probably 1 million human beings on this planet that would shoot you in the face for $10,000 right now. If you've got a 10 rack in your hand, there's probably 1 million motherfuckers that, given the opportunity, would blow you away and grab that. So you talking about 1 milli? $10K is life-changing money here. $10K can start a business. $10K can, you know, be a down payment on a house. 10, you know, there's a lot of money that $10K is could change somebody's life here. And that's just a rack. That's just 10 racks. You know what I mean? And there's probably, you know, and I'm just guessing, 1 million people on this planet, maybe more. Maybe it's way more than that, that would shoot you right in the head and grab that and make off with it. So you're talking about 1 milli? I don't think I'd touch it. I think I'd just go like, you know what? Blessings to whoever finds this fucking thing and good luck, because
Would you turn it into the police? Do you think that would be enough, or you think that'd still be?
I think even that
is risking.
Like, I would leave it right the fuck where it was and call the cops and tell them where it is.
Yeah. So you're not the one person.
So I'm not the one. Or just call in an anonymous tip.
Yep.
And be like, hey, I was out on a trail. I don't want my name involved in this. There's a goddamn $1 million in a briefcase sitting over there. I didn't touch it.
Besides seeing what it was.
I saw what it was, and I walked away. Go get it. Probably. And then some cop will find it and go, yeah, there was nothing out there. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, if you get your fingerprints on it, you might want to write it with your name so they can.
Oh, I ain't touching a briefcase out in the woods or some shit without covering my fucking hands. Ugh. Taking you guys downstairs for a minute. Yeah, it's too cold out there. It's too brisk. It's so funny. Back where we live, it's already hot.
Yeah.
Everybody was swimming yesterday. And here, I'm still bundled. I'm bundled up, yo. I stay bundled. Keep it bundly. Let me see. Right there. Turn on a light or something over this way. Hello? What do you turn on? There we go. Okay, now you guys. Now we're good. On the show, this is it. On the show, this is it. Mm, 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 mm. There we go. Now I've got the chat up here, so I don't have to look and squint, even though I've got glasses, at your bullshit. I'm your celeb gay crush. Gross. Fat Paulie. Big Fat Paulie would be, that'd be my name for sure. Big Fat Paulie. Hey, call Big Fat Paulie on this one, huh? Get Big Fat Paulie over here, huh? That's what we need over this way, is Big Fat Paulie on the case. Big Fat Paulie ain't gonna put up with no bullshit. Go get Big Fat Paulie. Deep for my quabooby. 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 It's just like, fuck, bro. You brain broken middle schooler. Shut the fuck up. There you go. You got the reaction. Now go be a fucking middle schooler. Like, I don't know what you're doing here, bro. If you're in your 20s, bro, it might be time to sewer slide, bro. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you're fucking Deepa Buckwa Booby and you're 20 or older, it might be time to jump on the sewer slide, is all I'm saying. That's all I'll say about it. Like, if you are, like, dead ass, dude, if you're over 20, just go and turn yourself in to an institution or something. You know what I mean? Paul the Shrink. Yeah. That's me. AI says a briefcase can hold 2.4 million in $100 bills, but it won't do the fentanyl calculation. Oh shit! Frack Skull's finding out how much fentanyl you can put in a briefcase and how much that would be worth. Oh no, he's on it. Numbers incoming. Oh, I gotta give Frack Skull some fucking mods here too. I keep meaning to do that. There you go. Just so I can if I can make sure I don't miss anything he says. Frack Skull is the man with the master plan. Frank Lucas allegedly had truckloads of H coming in, and he was living like Bezos in weeks. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, no. That's some crazy weight, you know what I mean? Should Facebook own Instagram and WhatsApp? No. Facebook should be broken up. Facebook should just be ended. Like, fuck Facebook. Anyway, I think I'm out of here. I'm thoroughly